Hi everyone, this is Ted Bauman, editor of the Bauman Letter here at Banyan Hill Publishing. I was recently in South Africa, and while I was there, I did some numbers on the best investment I've ever made. It's earned me a 16% annualized return every year for the last 25 years. And when you throw in the income I get from the asset, it's over 22% per year for 22 years, or 25 years. Now that's extraordinary. It beats pretty much any other asset class I can think of. The asset in question, of course, is my house down there, which is in a little village south of Cape Town near the beach. Now, I'm not a real estate expert. I got lucky when I bought that house. I take no responsibility for those massive gains. It wasn't because I was a real estate expert. It's because I bought in the right place at the right time, without knowing that I was doing it. But there's a way that you can actually achieve great returns, not necessarily that great, but great returns from real estate, even without knowing how to do it yourself. And you can do it without having to undertake a lot of education or research or effort on your part. And that's by working with what are called real estate investment trusts. Real estate investment trusts, or REITs, are specialized companies that invest in real estate or things like mortgages. And the key thing about them is that they are unlike other companies in that they have to spend 90% of their annual profits as dividends. They have to distribute them to their shareholders. So they receive, shareholders of those companies, of REITs, tend to receive significantly higher dividend yields than of normal companies. Now, the other thing about REITs that's important is that they specialize in trying to find specific kinds of real estate that really are remarkably valuable compared to others. Now, in general, the whole thing about real estate is space and location. They say location, location, location. There are 3 REITs currently in my Bauman Letter Endless Income portfolio. One of them is focused on data centers, which provides server space, data storage, and software's running capacity to big companies that, like Google and Amazon and so on. Another one specializes in cell towers for, cell phone companies. And a third specializes in industrial warehousing real estate in urban areas. So companies like Amazon can make good on their promises to deliver goods in a day. Now, the key thing about these is that these companies are run by people who have precisely the kind of expertise that I don't, and that most of us don't, which is to find and acquire these high-value properties that are going to earn greater returns than the market as a whole. And by relying on these companies, by identifying good REITs that have good portfolios of properties in well-located places, it is possible to benefit from the real estate market in ways that far exceed normal investment. Now, again, I'm not promising investments that reach 22% per annum over 25 years, but you can reach excellent returns. As you can see from this graph, an index of the major REITs in the United States has absolutely blown away the S&P 500 since about the turn of the century. And the reason for that is because it's become more and more possible to earn tremendous returns from particular pockets of the economy, like places like land in New York, Manhattan, for example, industrial land in Southern California or around Seattle. All around the country, there are different pockets of real estate that have specific market conditions that generate massive returns. And if you pick the right REITs, you're able to enjoy those returns. You become a shareholder of the REIT. They pay you the dividends that accrue from buying and managing these properties. Now, it's not difficult to do. They trade just like companies on the stock exchange. And in fact, you can buy them just as quickly and easily as you would buy any other stock. And again, the great benefit is that you get great yields. The only downside is that you pay income tax on dividends from these companies as ordinary income because unlike capital gains, you're basically getting operating income as the major part of your dividend. But that's not always the case, and I've written about it in the Bauman Letter to explain how dividends actually can be structured in such a way that you pay very little tax on your REIT income. REITs are particularly good to put in your IRA because all that income can go back into your IRA tax-free. And if it's a Roth IRA, eventually when you draw it down, you'll pay no tax on it at all. So REITs are a great thing. They can help you to achieve gains that people like me who are not experts in real estate have been able to achieve just by getting lucky. But instead of being lucky, you're being smart by choosing REITs. So consider this REITs as an investment strategy. And before I go, I remind you that you can see me on different platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and so on, and of course YouTube. And consider subscribing to me on those platforms so you'll never miss anything I have to say. Ted Bauman signing off. I'll talk to you again soon.